he's in a dangerous area. You know what I mean? Like not too many. I think. Look, I'll forgive him for the things that he said because I'd already identified with something's going on that I don't understand. That's him doing what he does, like what Kanye would do.
And I know when I put that up that they were gonna come, come for me for real. And that's when I got knocks on my door and familiar faces, saying, hey, maybe you should come to a retreat.
As far as the affiliation with him dealing with government informants, it's no secret.
Right.
At all. Do I think it's crazy that nobody brings that to, nobody brings that subject up? Yeah, I believe that, yeah, of course, they're affiliating with them people.
The reason why she's worried about how Jay would respond is because she's the CEO of Rock Nation. But in her former life, she was a federal informant. In 1994, Desiree Perez was arrested for bringing in 35 keys of Griselda Blanco into Miami. Under pressure, she agreed to wear a wire for the DEA.
Hey, Pop, Jay-Z, I know you got killers. Please don't send them at my head.
Okay, so it appears that Jay-Z is being implicated in yet another snitching issue, and this time 2 people are involved. 50 Cent and a pal from Jay's own youth, after Kanye recently launched on yet another tirade against Jay and Beyonce, even attacking their twins. 50 simply sided with him. However, now that 50 has formally entered the conversation, he is making some grave claims about Jay-Z, not to mention that 50 just finished calling Big Meech a rat, but it seems like he has a larger snitch on his mind now, Jay-Z, and this is when things become even more chaotic. A resurfaced interview with one of Jay-Z's boyhood pals is becoming viral on the internet, and the man says that Jay truly attempted to portray him as a snitch while cooperating with the feds in secret. But that's not all, due to fresh allegations that Jay-Z and Diddy conspired with the federal government to prevent the launch of an all-black music distribution corporation following the tragic death of Irv G.T.I.
And it was easy metrics because instead of you recouping $1 million, you recoup $1.1 million. Right? Shortly after that, the feds raided me.
There appears to be disagreement among the fans on whether 50 Cent had a valid reason to criticize Jay, or if this was just another instance of 50 being 50 and utilizing any justification to disparage his longtime adversary. Others are applauding 50 for being one of the few individuals in the industry with the courage to publicly criticize Jay-Z, while others are criticizing 50 for helping Kanye and claiming that 50 is only using this as another means of advancing his small-scale feuds. Yes, let's get started right away because there is a lot to discuss here.
Offering description are crazy, but when you start getting in certain areas, they're not going to actually be compassionate for what's going on with him, or because he's not crazy where he doesn't know what he's saying.
Stating as everyone is busy criticizing Kanye for his naive remarks regarding Jay-Z and Beyonce's children, out here 50 Cent is acting in the complete other way. Rather than denouncing Kanye's actions, 50 is making light of the fact that he finds it difficult to match Kanye's degree of animosity against Jay-Z. In case you missed it, Kanye West launched into an insane tirade against X, attacking the Carters in the most repulsive manner imaginable. He even referred to their twins Rumi and Sir the Reward as being challenged. Kanye West didn't stop there. He returned after receiving a lot of criticism and said he felt horrible for Jay-Z, but Henneverthless used the occasion to vent all of the resentment he had been harboring for years. Kanye wrote, "I love Jay-Z, and I do feel bad. I always felt like the black sheep, like I wanted family in this musicish. I'd run on stages thinking I was doing the right thing and would always be a slight of not coming to my first wedding. Him putting Kendrick on the Super Bowl halftime show after becoming enraged that Jay and Beyonce didn't attend his wedding with Kim Kardashian was the ultimately this must be your first time seeing one of Kanye's tirades on X. He returned later with additional articles regarding the Carters' claim that Jay and his spouse are Jewish slaves and that he will never take back his remarks regarding the Carter twins. Until the Carter family assists me with my kids, I will never apologize to them. Kanye wrote the Carters and the Kardashians are basically the same, except the Kardashians are ex-trafficking. Now circling back to 50 Cent, he chose to encourage Kanye rather than confront him. Kanye's tirades against the Carters sparked 50 responses on "I didn't post anything yesterday because yes, said the kids are arted, I can't compete with that kind of ish, I'm listening to his album now." Kanye wrote in the caption of a picture of his upcoming album Bully that was shared on Instagram beside a screenshot of his post about the Carter twins. Naturally, Kanye jumped on the opportunity as soon as he saw that 50 Cent had acknowledged him, and after calling, he took to X to declare that he was humbled by 50 support out Jay-Z and supporting Diddy, but let's avoid misinterpreting it. He made it apparent 50 years later that he isn't exactly on Diddy's side. He's simply subscribing to this the entire business wave that Kanye's been riding. 50 commented, "As much as I don't want to agree with Diddy on anything, just smile, yes, smile, and F them all, dude, hold on, but F him." 50 Cent has been praying for Diddy's downfall for years. So what other reality is it that he is backing someone who is actively supporting Diddy and demanding his release? Additionally, it should be noted that 50 is now working on a documentary regarding Diddy's crimes.
After months of teasing he would be unleashing a Diddy Do It documentary, it's now official. The big headline: Netflix is producing a docuseries from Curtis 50 Cent Jackson about the federal charges of trafficking and assault and the allegations against Diddy Combs. 50 tweeted the announcement. "I've been telling y'all about this weird expletive. You didn't believe me, but I bet you believe me now."
So what's really going on here? Does this mean 50 Cent actually harbors more animosity toward Jay-Z than Diddy? Because right now it sure seems that way. But if you think this is just a one-off jab, think again. Insiders are now suggesting that 50 is preparing to go after Jay-Z the same way he did Big Meech, even calling him a snitch. So is 50 trying to expose the truth, or is he just playing his usual game of industry chess? And where are these snitching allegations about Jay-Z coming from? Well, for starters, Jay-Z's childhood friend, DeHaven, recently went public calling out both Jay and Beyonce, claiming that Jay has some very questionable connections with federal informants, including his right-hand woman Desiree Perez. DeHaven claims that's the real reason Jay-Z has managed to stay untouchable, while all of his former friends and business partners, including Diddy, are getting taken down one by one. Now, if you're not familiar with DeHaven Herbie, he's an OG from Jay-Z's past, one of his closest friends from the Marcy projects. At one point, Jay and DeHaven were so tight that Jay even became the godfather to DeHaven's daughter, but everything changed after one fateful night when DeHaven says Jay-Z showed his true colors. They went uptown to re-up with their plug, picking up 450 G's. Out of nowhere, they were ambushed. DeHaven acted fast, creating a distraction so Jay could escape, but things were never the same between them after that getaway. But when DeHaven caught up with Jay later, something felt off. He couldn't breathe, and that's when he realized he'd been shot. Despite his injuries, DeHaven managed to flag down a cab, but before heading to the hospital, he handed Jay all the money and product they did, telling him to grab his mom and meet him there. Jay did exactly as asked, but fast forward a bit and things took a major turn. The two ended up getting caught in a case. While DeHaven was sentenced to 5 years for the stolen substances, Jay walked away without any consequences. That's when the fallout began. DeHaven claims Jay abandoned him, leaving him to face the case alone. Meanwhile, Jay accused DeHaven of snitching, even taking shots at him in his track. No Hook rapping FH DeHaven for caving. DeHaven has denied these snitching allegations time and time again, but by then, the damage had been done. Jay-Z's empire continued to rise while DeHaven was pushed to the sidelines. Now, after all these years, DeHaven is finally speaking out. In a recent interview with Real Life Productions, he alleged that Jay has remained untouchable because of powerful protection tied to his connection with Desiree Perez, the president of Roc Nation and a former federal informant.
The head of Roc Nation, Desiree Perez.
Good evening, everyone.
I say shout out to Desi. Shout out to Desi. She got me out the contract.
Roc Nation.
Yeah, shout out to Desiree.
Okay. You know about this?
Nah.
Desiree Perez became a cooperating witness for the DEA in the 1990s. She got arrested in 1994 for possession of 35 kilos of coke.
Desiree Perez and the whole wicked system of Roc Nation, including you, Jay-Z.
Yes.
You who say you rose from the gutter.
Desiree. DeHaven claims that Jay most likely made a deal and abandoned his previous team in order to gain favor with the influential people in the...
And keep in mind, the chick had a plan too. Like, yo, we could do things. And I can guarantee you the conversation with Emery, even when Emery...
Additionally, DeHaven disclosed that Jay-Z betrayed him after first promising to support him.
People that's talking about that snitch, we ain't gonna be breathing in the same ear. That's what you worried about, them that don't have nothing sitting home? Where you gonna be if you don't get on this side of town, get on this side? I can see that conversation happening. And move all his integrity and morals to the side. But to act like, yo, I'm gonna join forces and do the same thing and play this like this? Come on, man. That's humiliating. And now I got you as a yes man. Like, yo, bro, you couldn't even speak up for me. You know what I'm saying? So all of that shit is twisted. And that's how all those conversations, that's how they think of us. They like, really, those guys talking about snitching this and that, they ain't, what you worried about them for? They don't be in our party. When did they come to you and say, yo, look, we gonna let you rock. Somebody gonna have to take the fall though. Because I wasn't around for that investigation. So we're gonna throw DeHaven in. So when they threw me in, and as the case revels, Emery take his plea deal, my other co-defendant take his plea deal, and I fight. I'm fighting. I got my lawyer in my ear talking about, yo, if I could get you 20 years, if I can get you 20, would you take 20? Cause I ain't got no off on the table. They want the L from me. And I'm telling my lawyer, we ain't looking at no paperwork yet. The fuck, what we doing here? Right. You understand? Well, we ain't looking at no paperwork yet. And I ain't gonna take 20. 20 is life to me. We gonna fight. Then when I do look at the paperwork, I'm not in none of the paperwork.
DeHaven claims that Jay's choice to cut him off wasn't merely his own, rather it was most likely a component of the agreement he made with Desiree over her accusations of spying on Jay.
Win my case and come home, you don't want to talk to me.
You think somebody put a battery in his back? Maybe they put...
You don't want to talk to me. This is what I'm trying to tell you. Like, what is the reason why you don't want to talk to me? So is it that? You scared to tell me, say, yo, man, they got me. It was nothing I could do. So why you say you was gonna help me? You know what I'm saying? Then it just don't add up at some point. And then how's everybody going to jail but you?
Jay, should 50 truly decide to pursue Jay's, please share your ideas in the comments section below. And don't forget to check out this next.